What's up, guys? It's Devin. Here is a card show pickups video for today, showcasing all the items I picked up while I was set up as a dealer at a local card show here in Michigan. I'll go over the card show specifics, kind of give anybody the knowledge if they want to go to and attend the show in the future. This was the Lansing Mall show, which is hosted by Avery's Shoebox, which has a card shop in the Lansing Mall. The Lansing Mall is in Lansing, Michigan. The show was a one-day show on Saturday, October 28th. The show ran from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I think dealer setup starts at 8 a.m. There's no fee for entering if you're just somebody who wants to stop by. Typically, if you want to get some good deals, if you stop in towards that dealer setup around 8, 9 a.m., you can get some good things to happen. But that is the card show information. Now I'm going to showcase some of the things that I purchased. On the right was a bunch of vintage that I bought from a dealer, and on the left was everything else that either walked up or maybe I walked around and bought a few things. And I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to show you at the bottom of the screen what I valued it at and then what I ended up paying. The percentages that I pay are pretty straightforward from show to show based on the value of the card. Depends on the percentage that I pay. Can be anywhere from 50% all the way up to 80%. And I have both of those scenarios here today. So I kind of go over everything. If you ever are interested in selling some things, a collection, individual cards, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be able to tell you pretty quickly if I'm interested, if I'm not interested, what I'd be looking to pay. And maybe we can work something out. Maybe we can't. But best way to contact me is through my email, tradingcardbrothers10@gmail.com. I'll have it at the bottom of the screen here. Also, you can contact me on my social media, which is in the bio of this video. So I will go over what I picked up. We'll go over some of the raw cards first on the left here, and then I'll go over some other stuff. So this is going to be a 2020 Phoenix Anthony Edwards Purple Parallel. These are numbered out of 49, so it's numbered 39 out of 49. I valued it at 120. I paid $85 for this one. Kind of a tough one to put a true value on. All I could go off of was an SGC 95, which did $160. Other than that, there wasn't really too much to go off of, so it was kind of a gamble on what I thought it was worth. So we'll see if that ends up paying off or not. Next up, this one was walked up to the table. It was a Mosaic Jeremy Shockey autographs. This is a purple parallel. That's a sticker auto. This is numbered out of 49 also, 12 out of 49. I valued this Jeremy Shockey at $15, and I paid $8. So this is one of those scenarios where I paid 50%. Items that are valued $40 and under is kind of like the threshold where I'll pay the 50%. Typically, an item has to be worth more than $10 in order for me to be interested in it. Under from that, it's just too difficult to really work something out. Next up, another raw card that walked up to the table, a Court Kings fresh paint autograph of Bones Highland. This is a red parallel, so this is going to be serial numbered 15 out of 99. A rookie auto of Bones Highland. I valued this one at 15 and I paid $7. Basically, these ones were 50%, so it's basically $7.50, and I valued them both at 15 each. But for the sake of having a round number in my documents, I said $8 I paid and $7 I paid. Next up, another raw one that walked up to the table, an immaculate shadow box signatures of Hito Turkoglu, serial numbered 4 out of 10. That is an on-card signature of Hito. Kind of a lackluster signature there, but we'll go with it. I valued this one at $25 and I paid $13. So I was under the 50% threshold. A couple of Pokemon that walked up from the same dealer. I bought one of these Charizards and he came back and gave me another one and this Pikachu. So this is from Vivid Voltage, the Pikachu VMAX Secret Rare. Some people call it the Fat Pikachu, the Rainbow Rare, but Secret is technically the correct term. I valued this one at $100. I paid 70%, which is $70 I ended up paying. I think I overvalued this one. I think I'm going to end up breaking even or taking a loss on this one. I have it listed on eBay already for like $90 and it's not selling. So I think I'm probably going to have to lower it to 80 and then I'll probably lose a few bucks. So that was kind of an L from the day. Maybe I could move it at a card show and break even, but we'll have to see. This is the Charizard from Scarlet and Violet 151. This is the main chase from that set of Pokemon. This is the Charizard EX, the illustration rare. There's two of these. I sold one already. I valued it at 100 and paid 70, similar to the Pikachu. Final one. This is kind of a funky one. This was a cash and trade. I traded, I think, 4 cards plus some cash. I valued the Jared Goff, I think, at 130. And like I said, there was 4 cards that traded into it plus some cash. So I think this is also going to be a little bit of an L. I think I might have overvalued this one. But we will see. Again, so it was valued at 130. I don't really know the all-in cost because it was trading 4 cards and a cash. So we'll just go off the value at 130 for that one. Another one that I was walking around and picked up, some vintage 1963 Topps Alkaline PSA 7. I give it a value of 110, which is a little bit on the higher side for PSA 7s. I thought it was pretty well centered, though. So that's why I gave it a little bump in value. I paid $75 for the K-Line. Next up was some cheap value slabs that I paid 50% on. Unfortunately, they are too cheap to sell on eBay. So these will just be in value boxes at card shows when I attend. That's why I paid so low on them, because it's a very limited time frame that I can sell them at card shows, which I only go to 1 or 2 a month right now. So you don't really have an opportunity to sell them very frequently. This is going to be a 2019 Dunruss Zion Williamson base rated rookie PSA 9. And the Zion I valued at $10, and I paid $5. 50% on all of these Ja and Zion rookies. 2019 Chronicles Ja Morant from Classics PSA 9. This one I valued at $11, and I paid $5. Another Ja 2019 Mosaic, the NBA debut version, card number 274, PSA 9. This one I valued at $9, and I paid $5. Again, under that 50%, under that 50% margin. 2019 Dunruss Ja Morant base rated rookie, PSA 9 here on the Ja. I valued at $15. I paid $7. So that was kind of some value slabs. And the last one that walked up to the table was a 1994 Topps Finest Ken Griffey Jr. Kind of took a gamble on this one also. Card number 232. Valued at $200, and I paid $150, so I bumped this one up to 75% that I paid. So we'll see what happens with that Ken Griffey. I feel like that's kind of a smaller market that one is for. Not a lot of people looking for a Ken Griffey 90s base insert PSA 10 for a couple $100. So we'll see how that one does. So that was all the things that I walked around and picked up at the table. This is all the vintage I picked up from the same dealer. Was very happy and pleased working with this guy. He was very nice. Was helping him fund some purchases for his PC. So he gave me some, I say, pretty fair deals on all this stuff. I'm slowly working on getting more vintage in over time. The only way to really learn is to buy it. So hopefully I don't take an L on anything. And if I do, I'm going to learn from it. So first up, these first 2 cards I bought from his showcase, and we worked out a deal on these, walked around the rest of the show. Then towards the end, I came back and bought the remainder of his graded vintage that he had. He had some more raw vintage. So I'll go over these 2 first because they were part of the first deal that I did with him. It was a 1981 Topps Joe Montana PSA 9 with an OC designation. The left to right centering, top to bottom, looks pretty nice. But left to right is the reason that it got the OC. I valued this one at $335, and I bought it for $250. So I think that was 75% that I got for this one. And then this one was a much more expensive one, so I paid 80% here. This was a 1957 Topps Bart Starr PSA 4. If I'm not mistaken, this is his rookie card, and very hard to get centered. Reasonable centering here on a PSA 4, left to right and top to bottom. So I was happy to snag this one. We valued it at $700, and I paid $550. So I thought it was a pretty fair opening deal for me compared to what he had them stickered at. So like I said, it was 75% here and 80% on that one. Now I knew he was fair to work with because we got that deal done really quickly. So when I went back, we kind of worked on some more of the graded vintage that he had, and that's what all this stuff is. So we ended up doing, for everything on here, I went off of, I really didn't look too much up, just because I felt like he was a pretty fair dealer with his prices, and he had priced everything out the night before. I looked up a few of them to see how accurate he was with his sticker price compared to what I thought value was. He seemed pretty spot on, so I kind of just trusted him for everything that was in the lot, and we went 65% across the board compared to his sticker price. Now, some of the lower valued ones, like this one, this Johnny Bench, was higher than I typically would pay for a card like this, because it makes it difficult to even sell it on eBay and be able to break even or make a few bucks. But some of the higher valued cards that were in his showcase and remaining, I got at 65%. So it was kind of like give and take. You got some of the more valuable ones at cheaper. You paid stronger on some cheaper ones. So it kind of worked out. And I'll go through each of them here for you. 1973 Topps Johnny Bench, card number 380 as a PSA 6. Valued this one at $32, and I paid $20. This is one that we had no idea what to value it as, because there's not really many sales for something like this. This is a 2005 Donruss Throwback Threads, Reggie Jackson. This is a dual patch autograph that's graded as a PSA 6 Auto 10. So the Auto 10 is sick. It's a really nice looking signature with a black pen there. I believe that is a piece of a game-used bat, and then as a piece of a game-used jersey with a 2-color patch. So kind of a unique one. Also, is serial numbered 5 out of 10. So we put a value of 125 on it. I paid 82. No idea if the 125 is accurate. Could be higher, could be lower. I feel like it's going to be a slow-moving one, but kind of a cool one nonetheless of Reggie Jackson. Next up, 1958 Topps John Unitas, card number 22 as a PSA 5. Valued this one at $135, and I paid $88. Another one from 1958, this time switching over to baseball. We went Topps Bob Clemente, card number 52 as a PSA 5. We valued this Clemente at $285, and I paid $186. So that was one of those scenarios where it was definitely a higher tier value card. We valued it at $285. Typically, a card that's valued at $285, I would pay 75% on. But because it was a large deal and I paid, 65 on some of the cheaper ones, it just kind of all worked out in the end. 1978 Topps Burger King Alan Trammell, Tigers PSA 7, card number 15. This is a rookie for Alan Trammell. We valued this one at $100, and I picked it up for $65. Same thing with the Lou Whitaker, also from 1978 Topps Burger King, Tigers PSA 7, card number 13. Valued this one a little bit lower than the Trammell. Valued this at $75 and paid $48. Another Bart Starr, this time from 1958 Topps Bart Starr, card number 66, graded a PSA 4. Valued this one at $75, and I paid $48. So same thing as the Lou Whitaker. This guy had 2 Montana rookies from 81 Topps. So this one was graded as a PSA 7, card number 216. We valued this one at $185. I paid $121. A handful of 1970 Kellogg's cards. This one's going to be Johnny Unitas, card number 55, as a PSA 6. The Unitas was valued at $25, and I paid $16. So this is probably one that I won't be able to sell on eBay. That'll be a card show one. Another 1970 Kellogg's, this time Brooks Robinson as a PSA 7. I valued this one at $30, and I bought it for $19. Same thing with this Ernie Banks, 1970 Kellogg's, Ernie Banks, card number 40, PSA 7. I valued this one at $30, and I paid $19 as well. Kind of a throw into the deal almost. I think this was the cheapest one that was valued in the deal. 1969 Topps World Series Game 1. Bob Gibson threw and strike out 17, which is crazy. As a PSA 6, card number 162. Valued at $25, paid $16. Same thing, this will be a card show one. Have to sell in person, can't sell on eBay. And then last up from that lot from the dealer was a 1959 Topps Harmon Killebrew, Card number 515 as a PSA 5. Valued this one at $80 and I paid $52. So this was probably the only one that was pretty spot on. I think the ones that were valued at 75, and this one at 80, that 65% is pretty accurate to what I typically pay. But like I said, this deal was kind of not about typical percentages, and it was kind of just about a big lot deal, kind of buying anything that he had that was graded vintage. So that was everything that I picked up from the card show. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the items that I bought. Like I said, I'm trying to venture out into vintage a little bit more. It helps to buy graded for me. Raw, there's so many things that I'm still learning that I'm working on. But that was everything that I picked up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching and seeing what I paid and valued certain items for. If you are at this point, comment what your favorite item was that I picked up from this card show. There was definitely a wide variety, so curious to see what cards you guys thought were your favorite and picked up. So thanks again for watching. Everybody have a great day, and don't forget to smile. Later, guys.